Hey everybody, this is John and welcome to John's Long Box. Today we're going to look at a board game called Wonderland's War. It's a game based on Alice in Wonderland and it's a war. So all the main characters are fighting each other. Alright, so let's look at this sprawling nonsense of a game. Okay, so we just finished up a game and I can't even get this gigantic game on the screen. So this is the main board, okay? So this is the Mad Hatter's table. We start over there and the characters move in clockwise around and they grab cards. Now, why do you grab cards? Because the cards will give you things. So you see this little 3 up in the corner? This will give you 3 supporters. This will give you 1 chip or 1 Wonderlandian. Okay, and why do you want that? You put your supporters in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 war areas, and this is how many points they're worth. So you put your supporters, you know, the Tea Party guys got these little teapots. The Jabberwocky, which I played, has these little monsters. Alice has these like pawns, and the Cheshire Cat has little cat figures. And you put them there, and they're worth 1 strength. Now the Wonderlandians, like I have the Walrus over here, he's got 2 strength and powers, and they're unique. And you put them in the area, and what you do is you have basic chips. I know it's a confusing game. So you go around. Okay, let's finish the Tea Party phase. So you go around the Tea Party phase until each player has 4 cards. There's more to it than that, but I'm making it easier. And then you take your leader, which case me, I was the Jabberwocky. I want to paint these. And then you put them in an area, and they contribute their strength. Then you start wherever the war token is, and you have a war. And then you have 5 wars. And then you go back and you have another Tea Party, and then you go back and you have 5 wars, then you have a Tea Party. So you have 3 Tea Parties, and then 3 rounds of 5 wars. So it can be kind of long, and whoever has the most points at the end of the game wins. Now, when you have a war, what you do is you have all these chips. So that's what you do, and you take these cards, these little cards, and these cards will tell you which chips to put in your bag, and then each chip has their own powers. So, and then when you have a war, you have a bag, you shake the bag up, like these are all inside the chip and bag, and then you pull them out. And you put them over here. So now your leader has a strength based upon the things that the leader did. So my leader was at strength 4, plus this chip is 1, and then there's other powers that you unlock. And then you see that track? That's the war track, that brown track. You keep doing it until either everybody, either stops fighting for whatever particular reason because they don't want to waste all their chips in one area, or they pull out every time you pull out a madness chip, you lose a supporter. A supporter is either a basic supporter or one of these Wonderlandian figures. So this one's a double madness, so this one you lose too. So you know, and you accumulate madness by things in the game. So this is how much madness I had in my bag, and this is how much actual chips I had in my bag. So you see, I lost the game. I came in last because I'm just terrible at games. Because I had too much madness in my bag. So if you go around the board too much to get better cards, or if you choose cards that give you madness because they have a better bonus, and then you got to try to get rid of madness, but you can never fully get rid of all your madness. So when you pull out a madness chip, you lose supporters, and if you lose all your supporters, it's called busting. And the good thing about busting is you get to refresh your bag, because at the end of every war, all your exhausted chips go down here, and you can't throw them in the bag until you bust. So sooner or later you're gonna bust, and then you so sometimes you'll just pull extra chips because you just want to bust so you can refresh your bag. Over here is madness. Every time you draw a madness chip, you go over here, and then when you get over here, you can refill your bag also. But my power, I get more powerful the madder I get. I'm the Jabberwocky, so I kind of want madness, but in order to get madness, I'm losing supporters. So you know, you gotta. And then over here, you could use these yellow chips to forge. These are little tracks that unlock other abilities, and sometimes if you're on various spaces, you could sacrifice a good chip to unlock an ability. So this, I didn't get to forge these, but you never really get to forge everything in the whole game. And over here is just the stacks of the chips where you can get that stack of 3 is the Wonderlandians. They're unique ability, and then you refresh them. Like, look at that, that's a whole stack of the cards. That's the Red Queen. The Red Queen wasn't a player. And then there's just so much, and you know, but I gave you enough to start playing, you know. But I got the deluxe version because I'm insane. I gotta get everything like super deluxe. It's just so good, and it all stacks into this gigantic box. They got nice trays. I could go on and on and on. This is a fun game. It's a complicated game. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a complicated game, but it's not. It's a complex game, but it's not complicated. How's that? It's complex, meaning there's a lot of steps to it, but it makes sense. It's very intuitive. You could figure it out. You know, it looks like a mess of colors and everything like that, but it's actually really intuitive. You can follow it easy. Complicated means it doesn't make sense. Complex means it's difficult, but it makes sense. That's how I use the words anyway. But come on down and play. We played a 4-player game, and it lasted about 2.5 hours. But you know, we also chit chat through the game and bust on each other. But there you go. It's a lot of fun. I'll see you tomorrow with the Sunday video. I have a guest with me tomorrow. All right, bye-bye.